Alright, I would like to welcome again everyone. So I just started the recording, no? Ayan. So magiging available to right after our class. Si 5 to 10 minutes after our session ends later, ma-upload na siya and you can download it. Um, by the way guys, may mga Photoshop na ba tayo lahat? Sino dito yung wala pang Photoshop?
Meron na po.
Meron na. In case you're wondering, ano ba yung dapat gagamitin na version? Yung gagamitin po natin na version is supposed to be yung 2021, which what I'm currently using right now. You can definitely use 2020, pwede naman. 2022, 2023, the latest version, pwede rin. It's just that I find it reliable itong 2021 na version compared sa 2022 and 2023. So, para wala tayong maging problem along the way as we move as we move along the session, ito yung gagamitin natin. Alright? CS6 pwede po ba? I would not recommend using the older versions kasi po may mga features, new features na i-discuss natin na wala sa CS6. And also, yung interface po niya is a bit different, no? Well, nandyan pa rin yung pagka-layout ng interface, but there are a lot of features and also functions na hindi available sa CS6. So, in short, yung course natin is learning Photoshop using 2021 or later version ng Photoshop. Sige po, take your time lang po. Actually, classmates, itong day 1 natin, wala naman po tayong masyadong gagawin. It's mostly introducing or getting to know Photoshop as a program and getting to know where to click, saan hahanapin, mga ganun. And then, may exercises but hindi siya ganun ka dami, no? Ayan. So, mga super simple lang o basic lang yung mga exercises. Alright? So, again, 2020, 2021, 2022, or 2023, pwede nyo gamitin para sa class natin. Alright? And also, aside sa Photoshop, there's another thing that we need, which is the course materials. Sino dito yung wala pang course materials? Lahat ba meron na? Na-download nyo na yung course materials? Ano ba yung course materials, coach? Yun po yung mga images at mga files na kasama na din sa email, no? Nandun din sa email nyo. Ito po yun. Mga images. Okay? So, sa inyo guys, konti lang yung mga PSD files kasi I have my explainers here. But the photos should be the same. So, I hope meron na kayong mga course materials. Now, before we officially start, classmates, no, the quick orientation, para ma-set yung natin, yung mga tools nyo or yung mga documents nyo or mga files na gagamitin, let's extract this muna. Alright? If you have extracted the files already, then good job. Alright? You don't need to follow these steps. For those who are not sure what extracting means or ano ba yung zip file, okay? If you are not sure what those are, please pay attention po, okay? So, let's say na-download mo na yung course materials. And pagka-download mo, okay, pumunta ka sa downloads folder mo. Puntahan mo yung downloads folder mo. Check the course materials if ganito ba yung icon niya. Okay? Like this. Itong 3 libro. Alright? If this is not what it looks like sa end nyo, then skip this part. But for those na ganito yung itsura nila sa course materials, here's how to extract this. Okay? First is to right-click. Right? I-right-click nyo muna. Okay? And then, look for extract files. Alright? So, i-right-click and then choose extract files. Pag-click nyo nun, lalabas tong window na to. Okay? There's so many things sa loob ng window na to. Hanapin nyo lang yung desktop. Alright? around here. Desktop. So, sa desktop muna natin siya ilagay, classmates, para mas madali nyo mahanap. Okay? In case you need the image, puntahan nyo lang yung desktop nyo. Alright? Kasi, dito natin sila ilalagay. So, select desktop. Okay? Yan lang actually yung i-click mo sa window na to. And then, the OK button. Alright? So, click OK. And now, it should initiate the extraction. So, yan. Na-extract na siya, classmates. May bago ka ng folder sa mismong desktop mo. This now means that you can now use the images. Kasi kapag nasa loob pa sila nitong archive na to, or zip na to, you cannot use the images inside. Okay? So, that's how you extract the course materials. Now, for those naman na hindi ganito yung icon, Coach, yung sa akin, Coach, hindi ganito. Iba. Parang mayroon siyang zipper. Okay? If yours looks like this, it's a folder, pero parang may zipper. So, gagawin nyo lang is, right-click lang ulit. And then, hanapin nyo, extract all. Alright? Extract all. Right-click the folder, choose extract all. And then, another window will appear. Something like this. Ito naman yung gagawin natin. So, sa browse button, click nyo po yan. Okay? Click nyo yung browse. Pagka-click nyo, meron na naman na lalabas ulit ng... Oops, sorry. I'm not sure what happened, guys, no? Anyway, so, pag-click nyo ng browse button, sa left-hand side, hanapin nyo ulit desktop. Alright? I-click nyo yung desktop. Pagka-click nyo sa desktop, sa baba, hanapin nyo select folder button. I-click nyo lang select folder button. Ayan. And then click extract button. And it will initiate the extraction just like kanina. And now you have your files or the contents of the course materials. Alright? Accessible na siya. Pwede na siyang i-open sa Photoshop. Okay? The reason behind this is previously kasi may mga students tayo na hindi nila magamit yung course materials nila kasi hindi nila alam paano i-extract yung mga course materials. Alright? So, I hope this helps and I hope wala tayong magiging problem along the way. And yun lang. Alright? Questions, guys? Or clarification? Hello? Questions? All goods?
Wala pa pong questions.
Okay na po, sir. Okay na po.
Sige pa. Alright. So, let's go ahead and get to know each other now. Alright. So, again, welcome sa ating Photoshop course for total beginners. So, I would like to set proper expectation ng classmates. No? If may experience ka sa Photoshop, I'll tell you right away at this very moment na this course may not be for you. If may idea ka na or alam mo na paano gamitin si Photoshop. Okay? Kasi this is for beginners talaga. Like, wala talagang knowledge how to use Photoshop. Okay? So, I would like to set that expectation lang. Alright? And, yeah. By the way, my name is Dan. Daniel Albarico. I have well over 12 years experience, no? Accumulated experience using this software. So, nagamit ko na Photoshop way back 2005, like elementary days. But, syempre, ano pa yun? Explore lang yun. Kasi walang internet. Tapos, na-finish ko na lahat ng games. Wala nang ibang application sa computer. So, Photoshop lang meron. So, yun. And I fell in love with the software, how editing works, how image processing works. And then, later on, well, hindi ko pa siya pinursue. Alright? Syempre, games lang ulit. And then, I went back to the field ng editing, like such as video editing, basic 3D animation, mga ganon. Just exploration lang talaga during high school. And dun, I found Photoshop super fascinating. I can make fun of photos of my friends and share it with them and have a good laugh, mga ganon. Yun lang actually yung pinaka-purpose ba't ko siya Noon, no, pinaka-purpose kung ba't ko siya ini-study. And mahirap nun mga time na yun kasi walang mga tutorial sa YouTube. Unlike now na sobrang dami ng mga guru, mga coaches sa YouTube. So, yun, sariling sikap at ayun, books, no? Book ng Adobe Photoshop sa National Bookstore. Ayun lang. So yeah, you can actually call me an expert sa software. However, I would rather for you not to call me na super expert ako dito na I just have experience using the software, which means that I am not gonna claim na I know everything. Guys, set ko lang expectation, guys, no? Ganyan man siguro ka taas yung experience ko sa software, but I'm not gonna claim na alam ko lahat na nandito. Siguro around 80 to 90% na siguro yung na-explore ko dito sa Photoshop kasi may mga categories kasi sa editing. I mean, if we could put it that way. Like, are you into graphic design kind of editing or just recreation like siguro sa photography mo or photo manipulation art or digital art, right? So sobrang dami. And hindi mo actually magagamit lahat na nandito sa Photoshop. Alright? May mga buttons nga dito na hindi ko alam para saan yun sila. Kasi hindi talaga sila nagagamit. I mean, if your computer science na field siguro and you want to study about images, siguro yun, magagamit mo yun. But, para sa atin lang na mga casual lang na or for career lang na purpose sa Photoshop, then, all we need are the fundamentals and yung mga pinaka-core na concepts lang sa Photoshop. Alright? So, going back to what I am trying to get at, classmates, may mga instances na posible may ma-encounter kayong problem na hindi ko alam yung solution. I will tell you right away and I will help you fix that. Okay? We will research together. Parang ganun. But for the most part, mga basic or mga common na mga errors or mga problems, I should know what those means and how to solve them. Alright? So, yan lang. Setting proper expectation lang, guys. And, yeah, may mga taga GMTP ba tayong mga classmates or Graphics Media Training Philippines here? Do we have classmates galing sa JMTP? None? Alright. So, quick background lang. So, Jeff Abelar, before pa kami nag-start na magturo, we're actually friends. Nagkakilala kami sa motor. And, I would like to welcome you guys sa pinasukan namin na industry. No? So, he is teaching video editing course and I am teaching Photoshop. So, i-correlate ko lang, no? Ba't ko siya shinare? So, way back 2021, Jeff decided to start teaching video editing. And then, the first week, when he started the first batch ever, may mga nagtanong kung may Photoshop class ba. So, yun ako yung nakuha niya na coach for Photoshop. And there, we help each other. I created 99% na mga ad creatives niya. Tayo yung gumawa, like mga ads na nakita niyo, mga posters, and even the logo, tayo din yung gumawa. Just sharing lang, just so you know how Photoshop, how powerful Photoshop is and what you can do, no, sa Photoshop. And later on we will find out more actually. All right, so again, I would like to welcome those who are from JMTP or Graphics Media Training. And we are sister company. Anyway, guys, so I am from Cebu. Bisayang dako, no? Bisayang dako ta dere. May mga classmates ba ta na who knows how to speak Bisaya or understand Bisaya dialect? Ako ra ba?
Na sir, ako po.
Ikaw pa, si Sir RR Bisaya. Si Sir
From Davao City.
from Davao City. Ayan, mayang gabi. Si
Mayang
Sir
gabi.
Kim, si Sir Raymond, si Sir Robert. Daghana din nato, no? So, classmates, the reason I have to bring that up also, as well, it's actually important to me that you know that I am Bisaya. Kasi may mga instances na maubos yung Tagalog ko and posible na lalabas yung pagka-Bisaya. Ano. So, please excuse na lang yung mga Bisaya accents natin. Okay? So, I'm more comfortable sa English kasi pretty sure everyone understands English, diba? Kahit broken pa yan. Kahit Carabao English. So, yun lang actually yung pinaka-important na part sa communication natin is that you understand somehow what I am trying to say. Okay, so again, I hope hindi siya hindrance or hindi siya distracting yung mga pronunciations or yung grammar natin. Okay? Ayan. So, taga Negros from Dumaguete. Sobrang dami natin. So, ayan, again, welcome mga amiga na to, na mga Bisaya. So, stay put lang na, no? Stay put. And I hope you enjoy and learn our course. Alright? So, yan lang. If you wanna learn more about me, maybe we can do that somewhere else. Siguro sa group chat or maybe sa personal. I don't know. But for now, let's move on to the main agenda. Alright? But before we do pala, sorry. For those who just started, no, yung first time na mag-join ng online class, so yung ginagamit po natin na platform is itong tinatawag na Zoom application or Zoom meeting. So, ito yung kumbaga virtual classroom natin. And I would like you to familiarize yourselves sa platform na ginagamit natin because so we can communicate better. Alright? So, may mga buttons dyan sa end nyo. You should be able to see these kind of buttons. So, may instances na may problem ka. Like, coach, paano to? Sinusunod ko naman yung sa end mo. O sa end ko, sinusunod ko naman yung steps. Pero, hindi ko talaga siya makuha or hindi ko ma-apply. So, may instances na you may need to share your screen so I can see or everyone of us can see what's going on and so we can help you out. So, ito lang yung pipindutin mo, yung share screen. Okay? And then, if you have question naman, you can unmute your mic. You can speak, no? I'm not sure, guys, if you have joined previous classes or other kind of courses, live courses. Maybe you need to ask permission to speak. But here, you don't have to. You can freely open your mic, okay, unmute your mic, and ask the question right away. However, just make sure lang that your question is what's currently being discussed. Okay, yung current topic. Okay? Kapag wala ka namang microphone, you can also use the chat. Okay? Click mo lang tong chat and then you should see the chat box. So, I believe everyone already knows or familiar na how to use Zoom because we are chatting na dito sa Zoom chat natin. If you have question during live sessions natin, please do ask it right here sa Zoom. Wag po dun sa Facebook group chat natin na Wave 78 kasi po hindi ko po siya tinitingnan because I want as much as possible na makapag-focus dito sa session natin. Alright, kasi hindi naman lahat na nandun sa inbox ko related sa Photoshop. May mga personal messages dun and baka ma-distract lang ako. So, again, if you have question, wala kang microphone, no problem. Ask it right here sa Zoom chat. Okay? And last but not the least, dito sa Zoom natin, guys, itong reactions. Alright? So, click mo yung reactions, yung parang may smiley. The most important reaction that for me lang, no, is itong thumbs up. This is a way of confirming na all goods tayong lahat. Alright? Kasi guys, in real life, I really talk a lot, no? I really talk a lot. I enjoy talking. And one way for me to know that all goods tayo is for you to give me a thumbs up. Okay, that's one way. Or you can chat all goods. Pwede rin. Kasi may tendency, classmates, na I feel anxious kapag walang reaction. Alright, like for example, guys, are we good? Do we have any question? And if I don't receive any reaction from you guys, to me lang, no? It would seem to me na siguro I failed explaining it properly, or maybe I need to explain more. Parang ganun ba? So, that's on me lang, no? That's on me. Ayan. So, yun lang, classmates, no? Ayan, reactions. Thumbs up. Kasi, would like to make sure na sabay-sabay tayo. Sabay-sabay tayo sa topics. Alright? Let's try. Are we good? All goods ba?
Yes, sir. All good.
All goods?
All
Alright.
goods, all goods.
Sige po. Thank you so much, classmates. So, let's proceed. Every session is being recorded for replay, which means that you can leave anytime if you want to or if you need to. Depends on you. Pwede mong panoorin yung replay later on. I'll show you guys where you can access it. Actually, pinost ko na sa Facebook. Alright? So, yun. We will also have 20-minute dinner break, which usually falls between 7:30 to 8 p.m. Around that time, magdi-dinner break tayo. So, yun lang. Okay, if you want bio break, pwede rin, just let me know. Alright?
Yes, sir.
So, that's pretty much it about setup natin. If you have question, please let me know. None so far, yet so near. Alright, let's proceed. So, let's talk about, finally, let's talk about Photoshop. What is Photoshop? How does it work? What does it do? These are the three main questions that we are gonna try to get the answer, no? As we move along the course. That way, mas matutunan natin siya like ano bang tamang adjective dun. Kasi if you don't know what Photoshop is, tapos di mo rin alam paano siya gumana and para saan siya, which means that you don't really know what the course is about, di ba? So, if you don't really know what the course is about, then tendency is baka wala kang hindi ka interested or hindi ka maging interested sa course or sa software. And if hindi ka interested, that means that learning is gonna be really hard. Alright? So, yun. Ito yung mga tatlong main questions as we move along. So, Adobe Photoshop, classmate, is a raster graphic editor and it's been around since 1990 and so on and so forth. Actually, ang pinaka-important lang na part dito sa lines na to ay itong raster graphic editor. Ano ba yung raster graphic editor? So, Adobe Photoshop is a raster graphic editor software, which means that there are also other softwares other than Photoshop that's a raster graphic editor. Okay? So, brand name lang yung Adobe Photoshop. May iba pang mga brands around. Even Microsoft Paint is a raster graphic editor. Corel Paint is also a raster graphic editor. Canva also is a raster graphic editor. Pero ano lang siya, online based, no? Or web based. So you need internet to access Canva. So ano pa ba? Affinity Serif. Affinity ba yan? Is also a raster graphic. So sobrang dami. GIMP, Krita, Procreate sa iPad. Ayan. Medibang. Sobrang dami. But what is raster graphic editor? Or what is raster? So raster, classmate, is basically just a compilation of pixels or tiny boxes, no? And those pixels or tiny boxes contains and produces color and tone. And when those pixels come together, they create that what we call image. So raster is a compilation of pixels. Or basically, raster in short is image. Okay? So it's actually just the same thing. Or at least similar. So in this visual aid, guys, meron tayong photo of a girl in the middle of a pond ba to? Na may mga lotus flower or what? Lotus flower ba to? Alright? Now, if we zoom in, if we use Photoshop, if we open this image sa Photoshop and mag-zoom in tayo ng sobrang-sobra, then we will start to see those boxes or what we call pixels. Okay? Alright. So, if Adobe Photoshop is a raster graphic editor and raster is a compilation of pixels, that means Photoshop basically is, or literally is, a pixel editor. So, ito yung ginagawa natin dito sa Photoshop. Ina-open natin yung mga images at minamanipulate natin yung mga pixels ng images. Either to create another image out of it, or improve the image, or completely change the image. Okay, yung mga pixels yung ini-edit natin. Changing the color of pixels, copying pixels, pasting pixels, duplicating them, brightening them, changing their color, and so on. So, yun yung mga literally ginagawa natin dito sa Photoshop. Okay? So, ano ba yung takeaway? Ano ba yung takeout in knowledge na makuha natin just now? Is that bottom line, Photoshop is a pixel editor at yung mga ini-edit natin ay mga pixel ng mga images. Alright? And I would like for you guys to open up your Photoshop applications. If hindi pa siya naka-open, please open it up. Okay? Alright. Pag na-open nyo na yung Photoshop nyo, guys, ito yung tinatawag natin na homepage. Alright? Wala pa dito yung mga tools nyo, wala pa dito yung mga images nyo. So, homepage pa to. Now, it doesn't really matter ano itsura ng homepage nyo. If may mga nakikita ba kayong hindi ko nakikita dyan, may mga icons ba dyan sa gitna, or may mga thumbnails ba, or may mga images ba. Alright? Doesn't really matter that much. What's important is that you can see the create new button here sa left side at yung open button as well. Okay? These are the most important, or one of the two of the most important parts here sa homepage. Create new button and the open button. Alright? Sa taas naman are the main menus. So, actually guys, if you try and click the menu, no, or each of them, you will see a lot of list of items which actually hindi necessary to memorize. Alright? Again, ulitin ko po. Hindi po necessary na i-memorize natin lahat ng mga nandito sa mga main menus na to. But, for sure enough na dadaan na natin some of them as we move along. Because not all of these items are applicable to us and useful. Okay? Just handful lang. Okay? So, yan yung menu bar natin or mga main menu natin right here. Alright. If you cannot see the create new button and the open button, actually, it's actually fine. You can go to file menu. You can click file na menu, and then you should be able to see there new and open. So, actually the same things nitong dalawang buttons ito. Okay? If you cannot see these two buttons. What I would like you to do, guys, is to create a new document and click the create new button, and this dialog box will appear. Alright? Now, we have a separate na lesson or venue, no, para discuss itong creating a document properly. It's actually part of our homework assignment. So, we are gonna talk about creating document for now. What I would like you to do, guys, is just to click anything, choose anything at all. Okay? Just pick anything you want and just click create. It doesn't matter anong numbers dyan, anong settings dyan. Just click the blue create button para makapunta tayo dun mismo sa workspace ni Photoshop. Okay? So, I'm gonna click create, and then mapupunta na tayo dito sa workspace. Kanina, yun yung homepage. Ito naman yung mismong workspace natin. Alright? Are we on the same page, classmates? All goods ba?
All good.
Alright. So, sa top side, sa top part, as I mentioned, these are the main menus, right? Below the main menu or the menu bar, around here, okay? Ito yung tinatawag natin na tool options or mga options ng tool. Sa left-hand side naman are the tools. So, sa end nyo guys, yung toolbar nyo or, okay, so sa left-hand side, the tools, okay, in our toolbar, okay, this whole area right here is the toolbar, and inside are the tools. Now, sa end nyo, sobrang daming tools available, right? Ako, konti lang. Now, the reason for this is, ito lang yung mga tools na i-discuss natin. They are, if we are to prioritize, sila yung mga dapat natin matutunan first. Okay? Ito mga tools na nandito sa left-hand side. Now, what I would like you to do is right-click or find these 3 dots, classmates. Okay? Find that 3 dots sa toolbar nyo sa left-hand side. I-right-click nyo siya. Okay? Right-click. And then, click Edit Toolbar. Sa end nyo, mag-isa lang yan. Sa akin, sobrang dami. So, right-click the 3 dots. Again, I'd like to repeat it again. Right-click the 3 dots and choose Edit Toolbar. After doing so, lalabas tong Customize Toolbar dialog box. I would like you to click Load Preset na sa right side ng box natin. Okay? Load Preset. Pagka-click nyo ng Load Preset, guys, Photoshop will ask you where the preset is. So, yung preset po is nasa course materials natin. So, hanapin nyo kung nasan yung course materials nyo, maybe sa desktop or somewhere. So, hanapin nyo yung course materials na folder. And then, find toolbar dash simplified for beginner. And double-click nyo. I-double-click nyo siya. Okay? And then, just click Done afterwards. So, now it will leave you with a minimal number of tools lang. Which is fine, which is okay. Alright? Are we good? Guys, if may hindi ka na follow na step, please let me know agad. Please let me know right away. Okay? Are we all good? So, diba, I'll repeat it again now. Right click. Sure, no problem. So, sa toolbar natin, sa left hand side, may 3 dots. Like this, right? I-right click natin yan. Okay. I-right click natin yung 3 dots and then choose Edit Toolbar. Okay? Pagka-click nyo ng Edit Toolbar, lalabas itong box or window. Paglabas itong window, sa right-hand side, hanapin natin Load Preset. Okay? Itong Load Preset. Pag-click nyo ng Load Preset, Photoshop will ask you where the preset is. Yung preset po is kasama sa course materials natin na dinownload nyo. Okay? So, kunyari, nasa course materials nyo na folder, i-open nyo, hanapin nyo yung course materials. And then, find itong toolbar dash simplified for beginner. Alright? Yung course materials po is kasama po sa email together with the installers. I'll send the link na lang po if you did not see it sa email, but it should be there. But just in case, no? May siguro na overlook lang. So, I'll copy the link and share it here. Okay? So, yan po yung course materials natin. Ito po. Course materials. Just follow the link and download the course materials. Ito yan, toolbar simplify. Okay? So, pagka nahanap nyo na yung toolbar simplified for beginner na file, i-double click nyo lang. Okay? Ay, mapapansin nyo sa left side, kumonti na lang yung tools nyo. Which is totally fine. Okay? Then, i-click nyo yung done na button. Here. Okay? Alright. Sir Tim, are we all good? Guys, all goods ba tayo, honestly? So far?
Yes po.
Pwedeng pa-check ako nung sa akin kung tama to. I-share ano ko na lang po.
Sige po. Pa-share screen po, sir.
Ito sir, okay na to sir. Na-share screen na po.
Not sure, sir. I'm not sure if na-share talaga, sir. I can't see anything po. No one's sharing at the moment.
Wala, sir.
Ito sir.
Ayan. Apo.
Okay na to sir. Yung sa akin.
Wait lang po. Sa left-hand side, sir, no? Okay, wait
Yes.
lang, guys. Classmates, for those na medyo nalilito din sa, sa steps. So, eto, sir, you cannot see the three dots as of the moment. Bale, click nyo po try nyo po, i-click yan.
Ito sir.
Apo.
Ah.
Ayan. So, yan. Now, lumabas na yung three dots.
Ay, okay. Sir.
Alright. Tapos,
Edit tool.
edit toolbar. Apo. Tapos, load preset. Ito po. Tapos, hanapin nyo yung course materials folder. Alright.
Load ko lang to sir.
Oh, yan.
Ah.
Tapos, click mo po yung done.
Done.
Ayan po. All goods?
Okay na po sir.
Sige po. Alright. So,
Thank you sir.
you're welcome po, sir. Let me share my screen ulit, guys. Okay, so that's how you set your toolbar or how we set our toolbar para mas madali natin mahanap yung mga tools na i-discuss natin. Kasi kapag nandyan lahat ng mga tools, mangyayari kasi, guys, malilito tayo. Saan ba yung i-click? Saan ba yung hahanapin? Ano ba yung icon nun? Kasi I think everyone or most of us can also say na somehow yung mga tools looks similar to each other. Ayan. Okay. So, once that's set, let's continue. So, yung mga tools natin, classmates, if you try and click any tool sa left-hand side, you will notice that etong sa top part, sa taas, nag-change din. Diba? I hope you can see it then. So, let's say I will click this letter T, the icon na tool, for the type tool. Ayan. Ito naman yung option ng tool na yan. If I click the brush, yan din yung option ng brush ko. If I click the spot healing brush, yan din yung option ng tool na yan. Alright? So, toolbar. And then, tool options. Again, what are they nga? So, sa toolbar, mahanap nyo mga tools mo. Itong tool option, yung mga setting or option ng tool na ginagamit mo. Alright? Now, below the tool options, classmate, itong another area here, okay? I would like to call this the documents bar. Documents bar. It's where you can see yung mga projects mo or documents that you have opened or that's currently opened right now. In this case, in our case, there should only be one document. It's untitled-1. Okay? If you open another document or another image, it will be opened as another tab. Okay? So yes, you can open or create multiple documents and edit them all at the same time. Alright? Sa middle naman, classmate, is our work area or our canvas. So, dito natin makikita yung mga mismong pixels, yung mga images natin na ini-edit natin. Alright? Dito sa center. And then, dito yung gray area, yung gray part. Actually, you can disregard that. That's just a background lang. So, doesn't do anything at all. Itong surrounding area na to. Okay? And then sa right side, classmates, ito, right hand side. These are our panels. So for those na nakapag-join na ng other Adobe class like Premiere Pro, pretty sure you guys are familiar with panels, right? FX control panel, sequence panel, mga ganun. So here sa Photoshop, we have a lot of panels. Like color panel, swatches, gradients, patterns, properties, adjustments, and so on. So many panels. Now, we actually don't need to have them opened. Hindi kailangan na naka-expose yan lahat while we are working. Most especially if ang ginagamit mo right now is a laptop. And laptop, guys, diba? Sobrang liit ng screen ng laptop. And imagine, itong mga panels na hindi mo ginagamit occupying half of your screen. So, ayan. Para lang siyang, guys, para lang siyang nagluluto ka ba? So, kukuhanin mo lang yung gamit na kailangan mo. Alright? So, you don't need to get all your knife set kung ang lulutuin mo lang naman is pancit canton. Doesn't make sense. Or yung air fryer tapos hard-boiled egg lang naman yung lulutuin mo. Alright? With that being said, guys, i-close natin itong mga panels na to. Okay, let's just try to close them, all of them, and then let's learn how to open them back when we need to. So, I'll do it first. Let's say I don't need the color panel. I will right-click the color panel and choose close. Maybe I don't need the swatches panel for now. Right-click, choose close. So, basically, guys, i-right-click mo lang yung mga panels at i-close mo. Lahat. Okay, as in lahat sila na nandito. So, properties panel, i-close din natin. Adjustments, i-close din natin. Libraries, i-close din natin. So, again, lahat sila i-close natin. Okay? Hanggang sa wala nang matirang panel sa right side. Alright? Sino nga yung nag-share ng screen kanina? Was it you, Sir Tim? Ikaw po ba yun, sir, no?
Yes po, sir.
Sir, sa screen mo po, can you still see yung timeline panel sa bottom part?
I-check ko, sir. Wala po, sir.
Like this po ba? Timeline.
Okay na po.
Right-click mo, i-close mo din po siya. Di natin need yan.
Okay na, sir.
Alright? So, the only panel that we need, yun lang din yung bubuksan natin. Now, let's learn how to open up panel. So, to open up panel or to find them, nandito po sila lahat sa window menu. Sa taas. I-click nyo po dyan, window. And then, here are the list of panels. Starting from 3D going all the way down to tool presets. Okay? Ayan. So, let's say you need a layers panel, which is actually the most important panel here in Photoshop. So, hanapin mo lang, layers. Since naka-alphabetical order sila, mas madali silang hanapin. So, ito, layers. Okay? Ayan. So, nagbukas yung layers panel. Let's say you also need another panel. So, balik ka lang sa window. And hanapin mo yung panel na gusto mong buksan. For example lang. I think I need the properties panel. Letter P. Letter P, properties. Ito yun. So, click ko lang siya. And there you go. Nag-open up na yung properties panel. Now, another thing about panels, classmate, is that you can rearrange them for better workflow. Okay? You can arrange them to the point that suits you. Tama ba yung phrase na yun? For example, Yung properties panel, ayoko nasa taas siya ng layers panel. Okay, ayoko nakapatong siya sa layers panel. What I can do, or what we can all do, is drag a panel na gusto mong i-rearrange. Let's say, for example, the properties panel. I'll just click and drag this, and madidetach na siya. There. Now, I have my properties panel floating. Naka-float na siya. I can put it here sa left side, dito, sa gitna, or dito. Okay? Or I can also attach it here sa gilid ng layers panel. So, to attach naman, simply drag, no? Click and drag. And then, wait until a blue line or highlight shows up. Like this. Like that. That means that pwede na natin siyang idikit dyan sa gilid ng layers panel. Ayan. Okay? Now, if you're done using the properties panel, if you right-click and close, if you want to open it again, it will be opened kung saan mo siya last na nilagay. Kung dito sa gilid ng layers panel, dyan din siya magbubukas. Alright? So that's how you can close and open up panels. Do we have any questions or clarification? Classmates? Are we on the same page?
Yes.
Okay ka. Wala pa akong question.
Okay. Alright. Basta guys, let me know. No? I have a question. How is our pacing so far? Am I talking too fast? Or the instructions too fast? Or the demos too fast? Or sakto lang?
Sakto lang po. Nasusundan po.
Sakto lang. Okay. Let me know, classmates, no, if I'm going way too fast. Just let me know. All right. Ano ba next gagawin, coach? Next natin na gagawin is magbubukas tayo ng document para ma-learn natin yung tinatawag natin na mga kumbaga pinaka-basic function na kailangan natin para makapag-start tayo mag-edit. So, i-close na muna natin ng document ito, guys. Sa document tab nyo or document bar, i-right-click nyo lang yung document na gusto mo i-close. Choose close. Or you can also click that tiny little X sa gilid niya. It's the same thing. Ayan. Pagka-close nyo ng document, ayan, mababalik tayo dito sa homepage. Alright? Now, let's open up a ready-made na document. Okay, so itong document ginawa ko na siya before para pag-practice natin. So, to open it up, there are two ways. You can click open button. And then, puntahan mo yung course materials mo na folder. Tapos, hanapin mo po D1 Exercise A. Open File. Yan. D1 Exercise A. It's a PSD. PSD, which means or stands for Photoshop document. So, just double click and it should open itself dito sa Photoshop mismo. Alright? If you can see a baby and a pumpkin, that means that we are on the same page. Okay? Ayan. So, before we start this exercise, classmates, let's learn muna how to navigate our canvas or our work area. Itong work area natin. So, the first thing that we need to learn is how to zoom in. So, there's a lot of ways or method to do the same thing here in Photoshop. Just like zooming in, there's a lot of ways to zoom in, but I will teach you the fastest ways. The fastest way is you need to have a mouse. If you are using a laptop right now, tapos wala ka ding mouse, then this method will not work. Unfortunately. Alright? But don't worry, may iba pang method. Alright. Press and hold. Yes, Sir Kim? Okay. So, guys, this is a screenshot that our fellow classmate, si Sir Kim, no? Nag-send siya. Excuse me. So, yung layers panel niya, or this can be any panel at all, naka-float siya right now. Hindi siya naka-attach to something, I guess. Yan. So, ganito siya. Naka-float lang siya. Right? So, you can move it around. Guys, if this is the case, pagka hindi nakadikit yung panel nyo to somewhere, to any edges, ito yung gagawin nyo. Click and drag a panel and slowly move to the edge of Photoshop na window until such na may blue highlight like this. Ulitin ko po. So, kunyari ito, layers panel. So, click and drag, slowly move it to the right side sa edge hanggang sa may makita kang highlight na blue. Pag nakita mo na yung highlight na blue, i-drop mo na. Like that. Alright? You're welcome po. Ayan. Okay, how to zoom in. Press and hold Alt if you're using Windows. Alt. Press and hold Alt. If you're using Mac naman, that's Options. Okay? Press and hold Alt or Option and then scroll forward to zoom in. Scroll backwards naman to zoom out while holding the Alt or Option key. Alright? Press and hold Alt, scroll forward to zoom in, backwards naman to zoom out. Paano naman, coach, kung wala akong mouse? Or may mouse ako pero walang mouse wheel? So, to zoom in naman, na kung wala kang mouse, you press and hold Control. If you're using Windows, that's Control. If you're using Mac, that's Command. Alright? If I say Control, that means Command in Mac. If I say Alt, that means Options in Mac. Alright? So, press and hold Control. And then, hanapin nyo sa keyboard nyo yung plus symbol or plus sign to zoom in and minus sign to zoom out while holding the control key. Okay? Plus sign to zoom in, minus sign to zoom out. Okay? And then, let's say naka-zoom in ka. For example lang, you're currently zoomed in this much because you're editing some pixels here. Now, if you want to go sa taas na part, instead na mag-zoom out ka tapos mag-zoom in ulit, you can actually pan around. Alright? Panning. Okay, that's what we call panning. It's when you want to move from one area to another sa canvas. To do so, just press and hold spacebar. Again, press and hold spacebar. And then click and drag to move from one area to another. Guys, it's not actually the baby who's moving, but your camera, no? Or your view is moving, not the actual pixels. Just make sure that you are holding the spacebar while dragging the screen. Okay? This will work if you are zoomed in. If hindi ka naka-zoom in, that may not work. Okay? So those are the two very important things that we have to learn first in order to proceed. Zooming in, zooming out, and panning. Do we have any questions or clarification? None? All goods? Alright. Alright. I would like you to look at your layers panel, guys. And let's somehow get acquainted with layers. How many layers do you think we have? We have? 3.
Two.
Right.
Yes, 3.
Pumpkin, baby, and background layer. Right. So, layers can be named and can also be renamed. It is best practice to name your layers according to their purpose or according to their identity. Let's say, for example, this layer is for background. It's better to rename it as background because chances are when you are really editing, no, I'll give you an idea. I'll give you an example. Okay, I hope I can still see it or find it. Um, where is it? Where is it? Excuse me. Okay. Say for example, this project ko, no, na wala lang, practice project lang. So if you take a closer look of my layers panel, it's super messy. And see how I named them, right? Layer 3, layer 2, curves 1, exposure 1, layer 4, 360F, and so on, blah blah blah. Color balance 1, levels 2, layer 2. So, how would I know para saan yung mga layers na yan? Right? Etong layer 3, para saan ba yan? Okay, that's the dragon. How about itong layer 4? That's a dragon, maybe the reflection of the dragon. How about 360F and so on? Okay, that's the actual dragon. Alright, okay. What's this for? Color balance 1. To recolor the dragon. Itong levels 2. Okay, to change the lighting of the dragon. Ito, ano yan? Para saan yan? Okay, so that's the reflection of this guy. And para saan to? Alright? So, you see where I'm getting at, guys. No? So, mas maganda if we name the layers properly para hindi tayo mahirapan sa kalisod ba? Hindi tayo mahirapan para, just in case we need to work on this project again in the future, we will know where to look at. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. Alright? So let me just close this. Going back to the main topic. Yes, these are the name of the layers and we can rename them. How do we rename a layer? Super simple. Just double click the layer. The name of the layer, rather. And then mag-highlight siya ng blue. Pwede mo na siyang palitan ng bago. Okay? Type in, just type in the new name and then press enter to confirm. Okay? Let's say itong bata na layer, I will rename this again. Double click lang and rename. Press enter to confirm. Alright? Ito namang box sa gilid ng sa left side ng name ng layer natin. That's actually what we call thumbnail. And you can right click that. Guys, no? I-right click nyo yung thumbnail and you have options. No thumbnail, which I don't recommend. You can choose small, you can choose medium, you can choose large. I suggest as starting, no, let's use large thumbnails para mas madali natin silang makita yung mga thumbnails. Okay? And then, sa leftmost part ng layers natin, yung mata, that's an indicator na yung layer na yan ay naka-on or visible. Because, yes, pwede kasi natin i-turn off yung layers, maybe temporarily. Let's say, for example, if I click that eye indicator, that will turn off the baby layer. If I turn off the pumpkin indicator, that will turn off the pumpkin. And if I click this last eye indicator for the background layer, that turns off the background. And now I am left with this screen or pattern. Alright? The checkered gray and white pattern or transparency grid. Okay? And if you want to turn them on ulit, just click that area or the same area where you turned it off, no, to turn them back on. Alright? So now we learned that layers can be named. The thumbnails of layers can also be resized. Like there are three options: small, medium, or large. We can also turn on and turn off panels. Alright? So, yan yung pinaka-basic appearance of what layers usually looks like. This is a kind of layer called raster, which we are gonna get to know as we move along. But there are also other type of layers, guys, na wala pong thumbnail. Mismong icon lang. And again, we will get to know them as we move along. Alright? For now, I would like you guys to watch a video video explainer that I created, no, as visual aid natin to help us move the topic. And to confirm lang, guys, you can hear naman na yung natin, background music, right? Can you confirm?
Yes po.
Okay. Is this loud enough or mahina pa?
Sakto na po yan.
Sakto na.
Pero parang medyo malakas na po.
Okay, just would like to know the audio level lang kasi there's a basta i-play ko na yung video, guys. Play ko na yung video and alright, classmates. Ayan. Sakto lang ba yung loudness niya? Alright, classmates. Let's talk about layers. Okay lang yung loudness?
Okay na po.
Okay, sige. Alright, so this is a short, very quick na visual explanation. Super basic lang, guys. What layers are. Just to have an idea how they work and how we can utilize it kasi yan yung gagawin natin later din. So let me just play this and please ignore the annoying voice, guys, no. Okay, play. Alright, classmates, let's talk about layers. There are several types of layers in Photoshop. Generally, you can imagine them like a thin, transparent plastic films. These plastic film or layer contains what we call pixels. But in order for us to understand what layers are, let's first get to know pixels. This is a single pixel. Now we have 9 of them. Now there are 49 pixels. And now probably hundreds of them. Or even millions. Pixels are what makes up an image or photo. Or you can also say that images are made up of pixels. They can be of any color, and they are square in shape. Let's say this is our layer. And these are the pixels inside this layer. You see this white and gray checkered pattern? That indicates that there are no pixels in those area. It is a transparent area or empty space. Let's say we now have 3 layers. The first 2 layers have transparent areas or empty space. But the third one doesn't. If we put them together or arrange them, we can create an entirely new image. This is what we call stacking order of layers. Or simply, the arrangement of layers. Whatever layer is on top will be visible first. Alright, so that's what we call layers. August lang ba, guys, yung pagka-explain doon? Somehow. Understandable lang, no? Okay, so going back to Photoshop. So these are the layers, okay? This is how they look like in actual, or at least how they usually look like. So, meron siyang name, meron siyang thumbnail, meron din siyang eye indicator. So, much like video editing or sa Premiere Pro, we call them clips, di ba? Kung ano yung clip na nasa taas, yun yung magiging visible first sa playback. Now, if we turn off pumpkin, that means that we will not be able to see the pixels of this layer or the pumpkin. That's why it's gone. If we turn off the baby layer, same thing. It will disable the pixels of the baby layer. And lastly, the background layer. If we turn it off, here's what we will see. Ano nga ito, guys? These are, or this pattern is what we call transparent area, right? Yes. Yes po, ma'am. Sorry. Yep. So, transparent area or empty space, which means, ano ibig sabihin yan, guys?
Pixel.
There are no pixels, or at least there are no visible pixels, right?
Pixel.
Ayan. So, if we turn them back on, then we will then start to see their pixels. Alright. So, finally, sa exercise natin, let's learn the first ever na tool, which is very important. It's called the Move tool. Move tool is used to move the pixels or move the layer within the canvas, or literally move the pixels within the canvas. So I can use the Move tool, which is the first tool sa toolbar natin, yung number 1 tool sa taas. And we can click and drag a pixel and it will move the pixels of that particular layer. So right now, what I'm actually doing is moving the pixels of the pumpkin layer using the Move tool. Right? And now I'm moving the pixels of the baby layer. I can move them around within the canvas. If I start to, or if I move farther away sa canvas, then we will not be able to see the pixels at all. Okay? Kasi ito lang yung limit. Ito lang yung, kumbaga, kung i-save na natin to, ito lang yung magiging mismong picture or image natin. Okay? So, if we save it like, if ganito yung itsura niya, and isi-save natin to sa photo, then sa photo mismo, hanggang dito lang din yung makikita natin. Alright? So, that's the Move tool. It is used to move elements or move pixels within the canvas. It is also used to select a layer. For example, you don't know asan yung pumpkin na layer dito sa layers panel mo kasi say sobrang daming layers. So you can use the Move tool and just click any element or any pixel, and when you do click, it will highlight whichever layer that pixel belonged to. Example, I click the baby sa canvas, and if I go ahead and check the layers panel, it also selected the baby layer. Okay? So that's the Move tool, used to move elements or layers and also used to select as well. Now in this exercise, let's also learn how to resize and or rotate layers or pixels. So this is actually the very first thing that you will do, the most important thing that you have to do when editing a layer. You have to select the layer na gusto mong i-edit or i-manipulate or i-resize or i-rotate or i-adjust. Okay? So let's say itong pumpkin. You want to resize this pumpkin. You have to select the pumpkin layer, or at least it is selected. Then you press Ctrl T. This is the shortcut for transform. Ctrl T. I'll do it one more time, guys. So I have my pumpkin layer selected. I will press Ctrl T or Command T, and that will show up the transform control. So itong transform control, ito yung hinihila natin to resize the layer. So I can stretch it outward to make it big, or inward to make it smaller. And to rotate naman, you click outside. Okay, outside the box, not inside. Kapag sa inside kasi, you're gonna be just moving the element. So you have to click and drag from the outside of the box if you want to rotate like this. Okay? So, let's do it one more time. The first thing that you have to do is to select the layer. Then you press Control T. Okay? And then, if you wish to resize, you already know what to do. You can stretch any of the corners or sides. And if you want to rotate naman, just click and drag from the outside of the box. Okay? And I can actually move it here before confirming. And i-move ko muna dito. Tapos, dito ko continue mag-rotate. Like so. Excuse me, guys. May ubo pa yata tayo. And rotate. Now, if you're satisfied with how it looks, kung ox na sa'yo to, you can either press enter or click the check mark sa taas to confirm this. Alright? And zoom out lang muna tayo. And then let's do naman the same thing with the baby layer. Baby. So, two things. Number one is yung size niya is hindi sakto sa silhouette or sa slot. So, let's resize the baby. Ano nga yung first step, classmates? What's the very first step when resizing or editing a layer? If you could remember that, the first step.
Just the thumbnail.
Select the layer, right?
Oh,
Or
the
click
layer,
the layer.
yes. So, click the layers.
Kasi-
and
Kasi
then
if you
Control T.
kasi kapag when you press Control T agad, wala lang mangyayari. Kasi Photoshop don't know ano yung gusto mong anong layer gusto mong i-edit. Okay? So, if it's the baby layer, then select the baby layer. Then you press Control T. Now I can resize this like so. But we have another problem. Or we still have a problem.
Baliktad po.
Baliktad, right?
Yes po.
Baliktad yung baby, it's facing in the
Paano
opposite
siya
direction.
reverse?
I-reverse natin siya or i-flip or i-mirror. Right click. Okay? Just make sure that the transform control is active. Like this. So you right click. And then there's a list that will appear. Look for flip horizontal.
Okay.
Okay? Sa 2023 version, guys, actually, meron floating buttons dito like flip, vertical, or horizontal. Ganon. Sa 2023 version. But, medyo annoying siya. Kasi it's floating within the area and distracting siya. Anyway, so this is how you flip a layer. Again, how do we flip? We select the layer first, press Ctrl T, and then you right click.
Right click.
And
And
then
choose flip horizontal.
flip horizontal or depends on the situation, diba? So either horizontal or vertical. In this case, it's horizontal. Okay? And there you go. Questions?
Ang galing. I can do it now.
Ito pa lang
sorry.
yung basic, no? Pinaka-basic.
Yes.
Yeah, questions, classmates, guys?
None so far, sir. Pero, yun nga. More practice pa po.
More practice. All right.
And then, tandaan po yung mga shortcuts.
Actually, sa course materials natin, guys, meron
Meron
doon
po.
PDF doon. So, we have a question here from Sir Mark. If you don't have any question, guys, I'll answer this medyo advanced na question. Sir, pag resize, dumadagdag ba yung pixel o nag-expand lang? That's actually what we call interpolation, no? So, let me create a new document, guys. Segue lang tayo sandali. And let me create a document that only have a very limited number of pixels. Let's say 50 by 50. We cannot see the grid yet because the grid lines is white and the background is white. Let me change the color to something like gray. Yan. So, in an image, guys, example, this image right here, DI2, for example, it tells us that the dimension is 2000 pixels by 3008 pixels, which means that there would be 2000 from left to right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 500, 1000, 2000, and so on. And then 3008 pababa. Okay, that's what we call dimension. In our case right here, so what I just created, a document that I just created, the dimension is 50 by 50 pixels. Anyway, let's talk about resizing really quickly lang. So, we are dealing with raster, or basically we're dealing with pixels, and pixels, at least sa virtual pixels, they are square. Okay? Square. Sa screen kasi ng mga pixels, they are rectangular. Anyway, so, let's say, okay, let's say, an example lang. I will create a circle. How can you create a circle if squares nga to sila, di ba? Can you make a circle with boxes? Oops. Right? Is this a circle? Is this a perfect circle? No, right? Because to make a perfect circle, you would have to go in the middle. Diba? Here. But we can't do that here sa Photoshop. But there's a way Photoshop manages to somehow make it look like nahahati yung mga pixels. It's by adding some, if I remember it correctly, aliasing. So, if I just create a new layer and paint over something there. This is a circle. Now, if you look closer, guys, sa edges, it's actually not really actually circles. And there are shades, no? That gives us the illusion na it's a circle. It's a perfect circle. Illusion that it's a perfect circle. If I just create another document with a larger number of pixels, and let's create another circle. Okay. I would like you to look at this circle right now, guys. Is it perfect circle? At this current viewpoint, yes. If we zoom in,
Yes.
it's actually not. It's jagged, right? So this is what we call aliasing. Now, actually, makaka-relate, we can correlate this to the question of Sir Mark. What about resizing? Madadagdagan ba yung pixel or hindi? So if we go back here sa smaller document to have a better perspective, let me create just one pixel. Isang pixel lang. Here. Okay? Guys, please ignore my layers panel or ano ba yung nakikita nyo dyan or yung mga ginagawa ko. Just ignore. Just look at the explanation. So let me create one pixel. This is a single pixel. And what is the color? It is yellow. If I resize this, it will just create or multiply that number of yellows, right? So Photoshop knows na yellow lang yan. So kapag i-resize natin siya, ang idadagdag natin ay what color? Yellow, right? So now we created thousands of yellows. However, if it involves more color pixels, classmates, now wait lang, really quickly lang. Let's say we have we have yellow, and then need ba namin malaman to, coach? Yes. This is also a very important lesson then or topic. Create another one. Let's say it's green. Create another one. Let's say it's blue. Let's create another one. Let's say it's another pink. And here, let's say it's sky blue. Here, let's have it red. Here, let's have it yellow again. Maybe sky blue. Here we have blue. Okay. How many pixels are in here? We have 1, 2, 3, 9. We have 9 pixels now. When we resize layer, we are actually multiplying the number of pixels. Okay? Initially, Photoshop will multiply the number of pixels. Then when you press enter, the formula will be applied, or what we call interpolation. It is when Photoshop will decide ano ba yung mga pixels dapat na nandito na part, here, and there. So now, it looks messy and it doesn't look like how it used to look like. Alright? What that means is, if we resize, ulitin ka lang, no? Photoshop will insert or create another pixel and will guess ano kaya color dapat nitong bagong pixels na to. And a lot of times it is a combination of what's besides it, what's beside that new pixel. If sa left side niya it's yellow, then it's combination of that color. If sa right side niya it's blue or green, and that's another added, no, sa combination. Sa lower niya na pixel or side is pink, then also another combination. So basically, magmumultiply ang number of pixels, and then mag-a-apply yung tinatawag natin na interpolation. And medyo technical siya, yes guys, but to summarize this or to oversimplify this, it is actually not a good thing most of the time if we resize small images from small to big. Okay? Example, I will download a very tiny image online, which means it's have a very few number of pixels. Give me a name of someone that can be found sa internet. Just drop a name, guys. Rated G lang dapat sana. Anyone? Wala? Ako na lang. Sino kaya? Thor. I'm looking for a very tiny image. It's this one, siguro. Okay? Let's save this. And I will open it up sa Photoshop. How's the quality? Alright, wait lang. Palitin pa natin. How's the quality as is right now? If you would make a judgment lang ba? If you were to judge this particular image right now, how is it? Is it recognizable pa ba na it's Thor? Can you tell it's Thor? Yes, we can. But if we start resizing it, what we are doing is, again, we are multiplying the number of pixels, right? Can you still recognize that it's Thor? Yes, we can. Now, if you resize it like from really small na image, and you're trying to resize it so much, or the biggest that you can possibly have, would you still be able to recognize him as Thor? or at least the actor who's playing Thor. No, what's happening is sobrang konti ng pixels niya. Alright? Sobrang konti ng pixels niya. We're trying to multiply it. Ibig sabihin, pinaparami ni Photoshop yung number of pixels. It multiplied the number of pixels. But, it's just trying to guess. Sa mga bagong pixels na inad niya, ano ba yung mga colors nila? And as I mentioned kanina, it is basically just a mix of what's besides them or mga pixels beside them. Okay? In short, again, bottom line of what I just demonstrated, guys. The question, pag mag-resize ba, nagdadagdagan ba ang pixels? The answer is yes. And usually, kapag smaller lang naman na size, I mean, you are resizing it na hindi sobrang kalakihan, no problem at all. But once you go like super huge, then that's gonna be that's most likely gonna be a problem. Okay? I hope satisfied lang po tayo sa answer ko and na-answer ko lang na maayos. Any more question, guys, or clarification? Sir Mark, all goods po ba tayo, sir? Sir Mark Joseph. Si Joe Am? Yes po, question. Joe Am? Yes po, question po. I'm not sure if ako lang ba yung can you hear? Ma'am or Sir Joe Am is trying to talk but I can't hear anything. Ako lang ba, guys?
Wala po.
Wala na. Okay. Joe Am, if you can hear me po, we cannot hear you po. Okay? If you if somehow may problem po sa mic mo, you can type in your question na lang po. Okay? And now, while waiting kay Joe Am for him or his or her question, guys, please close this document and let's all open up the second document. So, i-close lang natin, classmates. Itong document. You can right-click the document tab and choose close or click that little tiny X beside it to close it. Or you can also go to file and choose close. So, ito yung sinasabi ko, guys. Sobrang daming ways to do the same thing. Okay? Coach, pagka-click ko ng close, coach, mayroong message. Save changes to the Adobe Photoshop document D1 and so on and so forth. Before closing, yes or no? Okay, ganito po siya. This is a document that you have downloaded or actually kasama na siya, 'di ba? Sa course materials. So it's an existing document itself. I created this document, existing na siya. When we first opened this existing document, yung mga layers nito nasa left side. At saka hindi din ganyan yung mga sizes nila originally. At hindi rin sila nakaposisyon dyan, di ba? Now, what this message actually means is, gusto ba natin na i-update yung document na yun na binuksan natin? So that, the next time na bubuksan natin yung document na yun, ito na yung magiging bagong itsura niya. If we click yes to save the changes. If we click no naman, ibig sabihin, kung ano man yung ginawa natin sa document na to, hindi mag-a-apply or hindi masisave or hindi magre-reflect. So that the next time that we open that document, it will look like the original. Okay? These items will go back here sa left side. Alright? So, I'm gonna click no. I'm not gonna save this. Kayo guys, gusto nyo i-save nyo. Ako, hindi ko siya i-save kasi gagamitin ko pa tong document ito sa next na mga classes. So, I'm gonna click no. Alright? And then, let's open up D1 exercise B naman. This one. The same way you open D1 exercise A. So, just go to file, choose open or click the open button sa left side. And then, hanapin nyo sa course materials, D1 exercise B. Double click nyo, pwede rin. Okay? Just to make sure it's safe to proceed, if you are on the same page, guys, paki-thumbs up naman po dyan. If it's fine with you. If na-open nyo na siya. Alright? So, I guess it's safe to proceed. Now, sa right side, we have how many layers? We have 4. Man layer, face mask layer, sunglass, and background layer. Aside dyan, sa pinaka-right na part, merong mga lock icons or mga kandado. Diba? What that means is, as the name, no, or the icon suggests, naka-lock. Ibig sabihin, we cannot edit.
change.
Yep, we cannot change anything sa layer na to. And it's actually, how do we put it? Usually for just to be safe, let's put it this way. Just to be safe, okay? Because as I showed you kanina sa previous ko na project, yung dragon, sobrang daming layers doon, right? Tapos hindi ko pa ni-name properly. To avoid accidentally adjusting, editing, or moving your layer, nilalock natin sila. Okay? And this is how you lock or unlock layer. So select a layer, and then around here, okay, I would like you to check my screen if you are not sure where to find it or which area to look at. So select a layer, and then meron dyan sa taas, kandado or lock icon. You click that to unlock a layer or to lock a layer. So it's the same button. Okay? This one. Kapag nakalock yung layer, you cannot move that layer, you cannot brush on it, you cannot add some adjustments, you cannot add some filters. So, limit lang yung magagawa mo. Okay? So, let's unlock them, guys. Except sa background, we don't need to move the background or edit the background anyway. So, let's unlock these layers. So now I have the man, the face mask, and the sunglass unlocked. Now, I can move them around. I can move the face mask using my move tool. By the way, guys, yung shortcut ng move tool natin is letter V. V as in Victor. No? V as in Visayas. Alright? So, that's the shortcut if you need the move tool right away. Just press letter V for Venus. Ayan. I can move the face mask, I can move the sunglass. So, yung exercise na to, gagawin natin, guys, is we're going to mimic yung reference natin sa left side. So, ipapasuot din natin yung accessories na to sa tao natin sa right side. Alright? I'll do it first. If you know how to do it na, guys, you can do it on your own if you're confident. But if you're not confident, here's how you would do it. So, etong sunglasses, medyo off yung pagka-position niya, no? Tagilid siya. So, what I need to do is to rotate this. Press Ctrl T, right? That's the first thing we do. But it's not showing up the transform control. May problem kaya yung Photoshop? I'm pressing Ctrl T, guys, but I can't seem to resize. Can someone help us out with this problem? Anyone?
Click the layer sunglass, sir.
Click the layer you want to resize or to edit, right? That's the very first thing that you have to remember, guys. So I don't have any layer selected. So Photoshop don't really know ano ba yung gusto mong i-resize. Ha? Saan ba dyan? So you have to select a layer. So I'm gonna click the sunglass layer. Then I press Ctrl T. Alright? Thank you, Ma'am. Was that Ma'am Rose? Ayan. Thank you po, Ma'am. So, now I have the transform control active. I can then rotate this. And maybe resize as well. Not sure kung gano kataas or gano kalaki. Doesn't matter for now. We can resize it later naman. So now I'll press enter to confirm. However, napupunta sa likod yung sunglass or natatabunan. Why do you think this is happening, guys? Bakit nawawala yung sunglass? Natatabunan siya. Anyone?
Pinakauna po yung tao.
Nasa taas, no?
Nasa top po yung...
Nasa top. Alright. So, thank you po, sir. Yan. Nasa taas kasi yung tao. It's on the very top layer. If you saw the video, no? I explained kanina that whatever layer is on top will be visible first, or at least on that area. So, in this area is occupied by the pixels of our man layer, which means that this will prevail. Siya talaga yung mauunang makikita natin. So, lahat ng layer sa baba, matatabunan lang niya. Now, how do we solve this? How do we make sure that the sunglass will be visible first? We have to just basically put
Drag the layer.
drag the layer, right? Just put the layer on top. So yes, this is now how we can rearrange the stacking order of layers, classmates. So you'll simply just drag that layer that you wish to rearrange. In this case, the sunglass. So I'll just click and drag. Okay? Ayan. What this line means is that, okay, I'll do it one more time. I'll click and drag, and then I will see a line. Okay? Dito yung line, di ba? Right? There was a line here. That means that I can insert this sunglass layer between the face mask and the man layer. I don't want it that way. I want it to be on top of the man, not between the man and the face mask. So what I'll do is I'll click and drag, and I will put it right on the very top. Ayan. May indicator sa pinakataas. What means that you can insert this layer there on top of the man. Okay? So I'll just click and drag like that. There. So now the sunglass is on the very top, which means that it should show up first. And it did show up first. Okay? And then the face mask. So same thing. Yung face mask is natatabunan pa rin siya ng man because of how the layers are arranged. So likewise, let's just put the face mask on top of the man. So let's just click and drag this layer and insert it on top of the man. Okay, so now the face mask is on top, which means that it should show up first. And it did. Right? Resize natin para sakto. Guys, it doesn't really matter that much kung exactly looks the same or not. For as long as nakuha lang natin yung mga lessons along the way doing this exercise. Alright. Before I press enter, pansin ko rin, if napansin nyo guys, yung flag natin sa reference natin is nasa left side ng mask. Yung sa atin, nasa right side. So, gagawin lang natin is flip lang natin. I-reverse lang natin. So, right click and flip horizontal. Then press enter. Okay? So, there's so many things that we learned today. We learned that we can rename layers, change the stacking order of layers, know how to lock or unlock layer. We also learned how to change the thumbnail, how to resize, how to rotate, right? And yun lang yung mga pinaka-basic so far that we needed to learn at this moment. Later on, we will discuss about adjusting layers or adjusting pixels and another concept. But before we do, or before we take our dinner break, do you have any question or clarification or whatsoever, guys? Nasa baba pa lang yung sunglass. You're welcome po. Questions? None so far. So far, so
None
good.
so far.
Alright.
Yes.
Sige po. Then, we'll take our...
Hello.
Yes. Yes,
Hello. Yes, Sir
Hi, ma'am.
Dan.
We can
Ayan.
hear you na po.
Yes, sorry. Nakamute pala ako.
Mm.
Well, anyway, late po kasi ako so I didn't hear all of your explanations, no? Pero I have observed one thing, yung mga commands
Mhm.
na while you were going through your illustration, napapansin ko lumalabas yung mga commands sa
Mhm.
ilalim. Talaga bang ganun yun? Or
It's... Mm.
pag halimbawa sa amin ba, it will also appear na ganun din?
No po. It's
Or
Mhm.
where can we find the commands, yung mga shortcut na commands na ginagawa?
Mhm.
Nasa course material po.
Okay, nasa
Yes,
course
material.
pa-print
material.
na lang.
Okay,
wait lang
thank
po.
you.
Ay, wait
Mm-mm.
lang po, no? Okay, there are two possible meaning ng question ni ma'am. Correct me if I'm wrong, ma'am, no? Your question is, where can you get these, like, showing keys? Like that?
Yes,
Appearing keys?
yes
Okay.
po.
Actually, this is a third-party program that I downloaded and ginagamit ko siya during live session so that you will know what I'm pressing. Yun po.
Mm-mm.
But as for the
Ayun.
shortcuts, if you're referring sa shortcuts naman, just like what ma'am said kanina, nasa course materials po siya. Like, ano ba yung shortcut ng Control T? Ano ba yung shortcut ng resize or pag zoom in and out? Ayun, nasa course materials yun.
Okay, I thought talagang nakaano na siya dyan. So, hindi pala sa
Hindi pa.
third party. Ano pala? Okay,
Third-party
thank
program
you.
po siya. Yeah, this
Yun
helps
lang
us out.
naman.
Apa. Kasama din
Okay,
dun sa ano po, itong parang yellow na circle yan. Kasama na din yan sa
Mm-mm.
program. So that you would know nasan ba yung mouse ni coach. Asan ba yung gusto niyang ipakita sa atin na area. Yan. So this should help us out sa
Okay.
learning process. Ayan.
Thank you.
You're welcome po, ma'am. Alright, any more question, guys? Kanina, lemon yan. Yeah, yan yung problem ng software na to. Nakita ka lang online. Pag nag-run siya ng more than an hour na, nagiging, ano na siya, nagiging lemon, yeah, as you described it. Minsan, nagiging like line na lang siya. So, I needed to restart the software. Yan, restart. Okay? Alright, so if you don't have any questions so far, guys, let's have our dinner break and let's all be back at dinner break. Let's all be back at exactly 8:11 p.m. Okay? So see you around, guys, and I hope you do enjoy your dinner break. Okay? See you guys later.